Hello. Hello. How are we doing today? We doing good? We all doing good? Looks like my webcam's just pointed in a random direction now. Let's try and get the light a bit better so I don't look hideously bald. There we go. Hello, Aaron, Brendan, Alex, Joanne and Val, Johan, how are we doing? Hope we're doing well. We are on full winter prep now. Dodgers. Yeah. Hey, Brody. So plans for today's stream are to finish this field. And that's this field then, ready for winter. I might throw some fertilizer on, I'm not sure yet. But the big... I've already got fertilizer on this field. I might throw a second... Did I fertilize this field? I can't remember. Either way, the plan is we're going to get this field finished. It shouldn't take too long. The hill is not agreeing with the Ursus though. I did just before the stream finish field 3, is it? Yeah, field 3 is finished. That is ploughed up and I'm going to set something off on course play on that to cultivate it. And then we're like, we do need to sort the cows again. How am I? I'm doing good. I had literally half of what I expected for breakfast. Because I was going to do 2 packs of like tortellini pasta. One of them was opened and not looking very good, so that got thrown straight in the bin. So I just cooked up the other one, and it was delicious. So things we need to do. We need to actually sell off some of the crop that we harvested, because I need to get some money together to buy, bizarrely, herbicide. Pasta for breakfast? Yes, I mean, it's me. I usually have noodles for breakfast. I don't eat normal breakfasts. Because, the way I see it, pasta and noodles and stuff like that are energy rich. So, I eat that for breakfast at whatever time, and then I'm good for pretty much until dinner. So, it's a plan that works. Either way, I'm trying to figure out... Hey, Steve. You get pizza for breakfast this morning? I had pizza for breakfast yesterday morning. I'm trying to figure out what the best set of things to do are, because I need to get herbicide for the... Why did my phone go off? It was just various notifications. I need to get herbicide for the seed maker majig, else it won't work, and I need that to make the seeds. Actually, I need to do that really right about now. So change of what we're doing right now, because I realize my plan is breaking. We are going to sell off some of the corn. Also, I refueled the class, because I found out that I still had, technically, a Christmas tree. Yet that broken Christmas tree mod that was literally just lights. I still had that placed, so I sold that and made a bit of money so I could refuel the class. I left the trailer up there, I believe. So we're going to sell off probably most, if not all, of the corn to get some herbicide. It'd be super convenient if we had milk or something to sell. I'm hoping the cows start producing come spring. I have minus 172. Yes. Is the corn price good? It's a good question. I need to sell something either way. Corn price is $5.34 at the farm shop, which isn't bad. But that's not terrible. I can make do with 534 a ton. 2019 farming, hello. I could set off the soybeans and sunflowers as well. What are the soybean and sunflower prices like? Soybeans are going for, I mean, 1122, 1141 at Balamori for the sunflowers isn't bad. What's the price graphs look like? For like sunflowers. So we're actually, yeah, we're kind of in an awkward position for sunflowers and soybeans where the sunflower prices are about to fall through the floor, so let's sell off the sunflowers instead. You know, sell them at Balamori stores. So over the docks. Over by the docks. Almost made that turn without hitting something. So did everybody have a good weekend? I know yesterday's stream was a bit quiet. Sitting in Dublin Port right now, the queue is massive. I can imagine, because I can't imagine many boats were going out over the weekend with the weather, and I'd imagine that disruption is possibly continuing into today, because the winds are still quite high at times. And then you've got, like, the potential for snow on top of that, causing even more mayhem. So I can imagine the ports are a bit weird today. Between people that have been stuck there pretty much all weekend, and people that are trying to get out and are being prevented from doing, like, trying to get out and trying to get onto the same boats as the people who were stuck there all weekend, looking to try and get on boats. Sat there since 10 AM. Oh god. I hope you've got a nice, like, book or something, Aaron. Like, this... fun fact, whenever I go anywhere, I bring a book with me. Because I've been back since, like, Wednesday, Patrick. But yes, I am back. I always bring a book with me when I'm going somewhere, because even if there's no power, you can read a book. Like, if there's no electricity, as long as there's some sort of light, you can read a book. You can't do that with a laptop or a phone. And, like, I usually bring my phone, and I will likely be bringing my laptop with me wherever I go as well, but it's just, it's a smart thing to do. I believe this is the Balamori sell point. If not, oh well. You didn't think about that? Ah, you see. Wind, snow, and rain the same day. That's pretty much what we've got here. Your excuse is you were in evenings last week. I mean, that is an excuse, but that doesn't cover yesterday where you weren't here either, Patrick. You don't get away scot-free. You're 800 grand in the hole, lots of work ahead. Yeah, farm sim, the trick is to always try and keep around zero. If you're, like, in a position where you're not going to be able to make too much money, try and keep it around zero. Sell whatever the hell you need. You need to keep around zero. Because if you're in and around the zero position, you can always just kind of sell a bunch of crops and get the money that you need for something small. The Badger, thank you very much for the follow there over on Twitch. Hope you're enjoying. I might have an announcement at some point soon. I'm waiting for, like, confirmation of stuff and all that kind of stuff. There's something cool going to be happening in a couple of months that I still need to, like, arrange my side of things there. And actually, after the stream, I'm going to ping off a message to somebody just to make sure that I am clear in being interested in being involved. Why are there no plows on the server? I hate plowing, and usually people just don't. Also, there's no forced plow. GPS, no, because that is no. Just got the truck, I don't have TV in it yet, we should put it in. See, Aaron, seriously, books. Books are the way forward. See yourself involved. Yeah, I wish it was that easy, Steve. I need to just ping a message to somebody after the stream saying, just FYI, like, if I wasn't clear already, yeah, I'm totally interested in the thing that we were discussing. Soybeans, we'll sell them at 13.30 at Harbour Shipping Dock 1. Which one's Harbour Shipping Dock 1? That's canola. So soybeans, 11.08, 11.58, 11.78 at Malone's Farm Shop. Just to min-max. Cranes weren't allowed to work because of the wind. I mean, yeah, anything up high is going to be questionable. I did see as well today that, like, Indeed, that job search website, would I enjoy it? Yes. See, I know what it is. I know what it is, and it'll be really cool and quite fun. Although the quote-unquote negative will be that I will be away for a few days for it, but I can deal with that, just to do something awesome and cool and fun. It's a charity stream, isn't it? I can't say yet, Aaron. I can't say yet. Once things start coming up publicly about it, then I'll talk a bit more openly, but it's something that I've been asked to do that I think would be really cool. It sounds like a lot of fun, and it'd be really cool to do. And it'll allow me to, like, talk to people IRL that I've only ever spoken to online, so that would be quite cool too. I gotta spill the beans eventually? Yes. Yes, I do. But this thing is several months away still, so I've got time to tease. I've gone the wrong direction. I've got time to tease, and I've got time to sort out the things that I need to sort out on my side of it. Because I do need to sort out one or two small things. Which is part of the reason that I got my hair cut. So that'll be something that... you like the Griffin truck we got today? The Scania? Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I like how they called it the Griffin, not a Scania. They're trying to get around the naming thing. I don't know if they quite managed that. Although I will say what I got my haircut to do. I need to get a new passport. That's something that is just a general thing that I need to do, and it'll help with the other thing. So I'll need one for it. So got my haircut because I didn't want to look a mess in my passport photo, even though I always look a mess. I'll look less of a mess with short hair. Hey, Barn Lodge. Also, I can get, like, literally any hairstyle, and because my passport photo will show me nearly bald, it'll be fine. Or I could get a wig, I guess. Now, there's the little link road that I was looking for earlier. Oh, so yes, I am going very, very bald. I think working with giants more closely would be good for me. I mean... I'm willing to work with pretty much anybody. In terms of, like, helping people. So if I'm able to spare the time, I will totally try and do it. Aaron, no. Also, working more closely with Giants is completely up to Giants. You know, they can... If they invite me to something, odds are I'll say yes. Because I have nothing but praise for how nice they all are. Except Chris, because I haven't met Chris yet. Chris is somebody I've not met, so I can't say if he's nice or not, but I would presume so, because, I mean, he works for Giants. And from what little interaction I've had with him on the Giants Discord, I'd be willing to say he's probably a very nice person too. Did I leave the bale trailer here or up at the other yard? Up at the other yard. I need to get, like, this is gonna be silly. I want to get a skid steer just for the shop. Because reasons. Chris seems awesome. He does come across as really awesome. Like everybody I've met at Giants, everybody I've spoken to IRL from Giants is really cool. So I have reason to believe Chris is probably also really cool. This isn't gonna help, but like the people who like to claim that I'm just a giant shit, is it? Like there are people out there who claim that because I enjoy FS19, I think it's better. Like I just for my own personal reasons think it's better than 17. I don't constantly crap on Giants, think I'm a shill. It's like that's not me saying, hey, everybody in Giants is really cool and I like them. That's not gonna help with people who think I'm shilling for them, is it? When in reality I'm just like, hey, this game's pretty cool. You should probably play it. That's why I like keep saying, hey, if you're interested in flight sims, X-Plane's pretty cool. Although maybe wait because new Microsoft Flight Sim is coming out probably at some point this year. And that looks amazing. People in the company should be seeing two different things. This is true, but Giants are... Like... Giants, some of the people I have now, are working towards being a lot more... a lot similar to SCS. Who I still hold up as the gold standard of... like, simulator developers, because holy cow, the lengths they go to make people happy are insane. Do I have a pallet fork? Bucket on the roof? Yeah? It's being stored out of the way. I don't see an issue with bucket on the roof. It's out of the way and I can tell by the height that it's for the telehandler. It's perfect storage. In all seriousness, that's legitimately the reason that I put it on the roof, is it's up high enough that I know that it's for the telehandler. Also, apparently I don't have pallet forks. That's something I need to get real quick, so get that before I start buying anything else. Telehandlers, pallet fork, yes please. Hey, gaming. How's it going, gaming? I think you might enjoy gaming. No particular reason why I say that, but I just get that feeling. Come on, can I glitch this into... Oh. Oh no, I've glitched it. Alright, oh, that's not good. That's glitched in the wrong way. That's done the oopsie painful thing, hasn't it? Can I grab the 800, please? Surprised I haven't buried it in the silage pit yet. I mean, it might be in the silage pit for all I know. Has it stopped being oopsie painful? Look at the excuse me, that is my art project. Showing the futility of modern machinery. You like to play farm sim and you're good? What about me? I like to play flight sims and management games because I'm weird. But I'm also good. I also enjoy farm sim just a bit. Right. I'm shoving this all out of the way for a reason, by the way. I'm not just... Did I have an option to attach that? Hang on. Perfect. Why is it let... Why... Let's bring this up to the air first. Professional farming right here. We'll put that there. Perfect. Farm sim logic, yo. At least now I know what the attacher it uses. Casually dragging it down the road. I mean, you know, if it works, it works. Woo. I do very entertaining live streams. That's because, honestly, I just like chilling and talking to people. I don't want to be this guy who's like, I need to be 100% realistic farming. This machine isn't 100% realistic because it has 5% more thing than the other thing. It's like, no, what? Oh, can it do something stupid? Yes. Does it look realistic? Yes. Okay. That works for me. I guess 4 herbicide majigs should be good? Question mark? Back to it, Dave. He crashes. This is true. Finally get in. See Aaron. In before they throw Aaron off the boat for not having a TV. The funny thing is, right, I don't care about realism too much. Because I think the game should be fun. But at the same time, I'm not going to use those ridiculous 50-meter wide cultivators because I hate them. Like, I like doing silly things with realistic equipment. I just don't care for being 100% realistic because I find that quite boring. I find, you know, just derping about in farm sim quite fun. Especially seeing as the work still gets done either way. By the way, if you're wondering why the hell I'm buying herbicide, it's so that I can make seeds. There's realistic in taking it too far, and I can't call out the people that I think take it too far without people thinking I'm calling out the YouTuber that I follow. There's one YouTuber who does, or at least did do a lot of super realistic stuff, and they have fanboys, and the fanboys take it too far. At times. To be fair, Simulate, who I love dunking on because he's a friend of mine, he has the same fanboys, even though he's not made videos in approximately 6 years. But like, who likes those kind of people? Who are like, no, that's not realistic because my granddad's cousins, uncles, brothers, daughters, cousins, sisters, boyfriends, dog said that that's not the way he does it. Nobody cares. There we go. That's exactly it, Yanis, yeah. So I have a tractor machine, anything class, because I like the colours. They're pretty colours. I'm not even making up that logic. I like the colours. You got people who like John Deere because of the brand name. I'm just like, I like class because it's pretty colours. Hey Max, I'm doing good, how are you? Color selectable tractors. I mean, yeah, but I mean... Kieran, have you seen what happens when you give me color selectable anything? Like, legitimate question. Because there is only ever one color I really select, unless it's for, like, front loader equipment. Front loader equipment needs to be black, because that's the only color I'm allowing. Anything else that I'm given free... Why are there 4 things here, actually? This only needs grain and herbicide and puts out seeds. Why are there 4 things? Also, can I do the thing here where I... Will this let me... Pink? Yes. See you, gaming. Will this let me do the thing with the things? Okay, that's not doing anything. The MP headache. Oh god, the headache truck. That actually gave me a headache. That was one of the worst decisions I ever made. Have I played Somerset Farms? Is that Steve's map? I haven't. Not yet, anyway. Generally, I don't play off stream, so if you look through the channel, you can see what maps I play. Good. You unload the seed as pallets, that's what the other box is for. Ah, thank you, cuz. See, I've not used this mod yet. I've not used the mod majig yet. Okay. That's kind of convenient. That makes sense. How do you put the herbicide in? Do am I doing the correct right now, or... خلاص simulate. Why is the current MP truck a Dakar truck? Why not? Don't question the selection of vehicles on MP. They're not meant to make sense. How do the empty? Oh, can you... I'm missing something here, clearly. Open product menu. Herbicide pallet. Well, I've got a pallet of herbicide, but it's not wanting to fill. Am I even putting it in the right place? Hey, CD. The next 20 minutes is going to be dedicated to try and figure this out. It only works as liquid. That is liquid! Like into a tank? I mean, Cuz said I could use a pallet. Doesn't want to accept my pallet though. I've got an idea. There are 4 things in 4 pallets. I have an idea. Clearly. Clearly it requires a ritual sacrifice. Simulate player game, please. One of these is bound to be correct. You're coding. Oh no. That never ends. Oh no, that never ends well. Are you trying now to get the GTA 5 community to start messaging about mods again? After you got the entire 2K community convinced that you were actually good at something? The ritual sacrifice has failed. Right. Plan the next one. Put it on auto. How do you put it on auto? Oh, overview, no. Auto. On. That's not helped. Oh. you can buy direct. Now if it's alive! I mean, now I've got 12,000 liters of herbicide up here as well. I see the 747 went 800 miles an hour because of the tailwind. Yep. It beat out two Virgin Atlantic A350s by a couple of minutes. And one of the slower Concorde crossings, or I think it was the average Concorde crossing, was beat up by like an hour. Hey, SFTN. But the more interesting thing about the speed of the 747 was I worked it out, and it was New York to Heathrow, which is a 5-hour time difference. The 747 did it in 4 hours, 56 minutes. So technically speaking, because of like time zone differences, the plane landed before it left. The passengers on board gained 4 minutes in a day, which is very unusual in a transatlantic crossing. Alright, hopefully this is now working, and it's going to do the thing. Because if it doesn't do the thing, then I will be very upset and very confused. Yes. Right, back to the Ursus of Doom, or whatever you want to call it. That's a 20-second journey to Elite. I know. That said, Elite is insane. It's actually less than 20 seconds sim. Because you look at how fast you go in Hypercruise, and you're going like 100C sometimes. So it'll be 0.2 of a second. Hey Henry. Were you speaking to Turn 41 twice? You're on about when you're in atmosphere? Ah. But they had real plants one day. I mean, Sim, we don't know if you can actually land on Earth in Elite. Also, as far as I know, they are actually changing some of the planets to suit, like, exoplanet predictions. Kevin, I think you have very high hopes for Sim returning. Higher than I do. Because he makes YouTubes when he wants to YouTubes. You can't yet ship those up. Oh. I wonder if they'll put that in with the many moons currently. Okay. Is this a modded cultivator? I think it's in-game. I think it's the in-game Amazon. It's in discards, I believe. Yeah, it's the in-game Amazon Katros. This little Ursus just has a lot of power. You can land on the moon. Do they have some sort of a Moving Frontier that's mapped out properly? Well, yeah, that's the thing. I wonder if they've got some sort of Apollo 11 commemoration on the moon in is it the Sea of Tranquility they landed in, or Mara Ibrum? I can't remember. Or the Apollo 11 landing site anyway. I know there is in, like, Kerbal Space Program. They've actually made the Apollo 11 landing site and put a little monument there. Which is cool. Despite the fact that the moon in Kerbal Space Program is, like, fake. We got anything nice for tea? Believe it's deconstructed shepherd's pie. So mince and potatoes, which is delicious. DH Soul Pass soon. Have you figured out how the hell to get that, Sid? Because I think they seem to be level based. The various passes. With ketchup? No! No, there's tons of sauce and what it's going to be anyways. So no need for ketchup. Ketchup ruins it. I need to get back into Elite again. Now, no! You did a while back. You have to level up the faction that don't pay much, that's all XP based. Okay. So it is effectively level based. Which faction is it? Because I can start grinding that. It's not about the astute, made it hard for car. Estate, okay. Made it hard for cars on the side of the road to get out. Buried to. Oh, that's mean, Barn Lodge. It's like, no! Dude, Henry, have you ever had shepherd's pie? Because it comes, it has gravy in it. It's delicious. Well, it's not technically gravy, but it's some sort of sauce. Raw sauce. Right, so we need to finish this. We'll get the... I guess the Ursus up over to Field 3. Someone asked you if you had Yorkshire puddings with your roast last night. I mean, did you? Because if you didn't, it doesn't count. Your roast with your puddings. That's correct. A roast is only a roast if you got Yorkshire puddings. And a big old pile of mashed potatoes. Shepherd's pie, chicken pastry, no sauce. No. Tastes nicer with brown sauce. Okay, that I'll grant you, because brown sauce is similar to the gravy stuff anyway. I'll grant you brown sauce, but not ketchup or mayonnaise. Mash with a roast. I see. This is how Arden works. Is your dinner is meat, 1 veg, and some spuds, as opposed to the traditional meat and 2 veg. It's meat, a vegetable, usually carrots and potatoes, and then tons of gravy. Made it hard to get the tractor up and refused to move their car, so why not? I mean, I guess. As long as you don't damage them, Barn Lodge. Hey, the Scots. I did not download the Griffin pack on the mod hub today. This is the wrong direction. Ketchup has flavour. No! Ketchup. To be fair, I rarely have ketchup. I only have ketchup when I'm having like fry. Roasted spuds, but like 5 different veg. I mean, roasted spuds counts. That said, when we have a roast, which is usually like Christmas and New Year and Easter, it's mashed potatoes, roast potatoes, potato croquettes. So we have like potatoes 3 or 4 different ways. Get it as good. May well do. How's Landy doing? Landy's doing good. He's been very, very busy with work, hence the lack of streams and such. I did course gen once we're in the field. Bacon sandwich. Okay, bacon sandwich. Yeah, bacon sandwich deserves it. That said, I mean, anything with bacon is delicious. There we go. Come on, you'll stop eventually. Roast on the slow cooker is amazing. I mean, it's not roasted if it's done in a slow cooker. Horse gen 3, current position, auto, circle, 0, 1, up, down, around 7 clockwise, up, down, smooth, up, down, 1, 6, generate. That doesn't look entirely terrible. I'll accept that course. I'm hoping it, like, is able to deal with it with the Ursus. It was 3 weeks when you were a vegetarian. Then you got bored and went to, like, KFC or something. Or McDonald's. So let's just call this 6 meter... Ooh! 6 meter cultivator. And move that into the field 3 folder. Start the first waypoint. And go. Meanwhile, we have work to do. It was I was at Nando's. I knew it was chicken of some description. I thought it was chicken nuggets from McDonald's. Sim was a vegetarian for like 2 weeks and then went to Nando's and changed his mind. Even, to be fair, even when you were a vegetarian, you would not stop going to Nando's. Yeah, remember when you guys made fun of me putting the bucket on the roof? See? Look. Plan worked perfectly. Oops. I am tempted to actually get a different bucket for the telehandler here. Ideally one that's bigger, because who's streaming after me? So Dan, the way things work now is basically I finish up at 7-ish, and then, like, if somebody else wants to stream, they can, but there's no real plan in place. I am the last one that does daily streams now. I'm the last person out of the little group. You are today? Fair enough, SFDN. There you go. Like I said, whoever wants to can. And Stiffen wants to. There we go. Look at this for a perfect manure pit. You only this week, sadly. Yeah, I need to, after the stream, do like a bunch of stuff. I need to send a message to somebody on Discord about the thing we discussed the other day. Oh, there is straw there. Perfect. Come here, Ursus 800. There we go. Ursus 800. You're a class. Not an Ursus, you're an Axion, in fact. But SFDN works as well, Dan, so me being unemployed at the moment is basically the reason that I can do daily streams on YouTube and Twitch. That I'm hoping to change soon. So I'll join the group that'll be streaming occasionally. Machine I used on the grass yesterday will pick up manure on trailer. Yes, that's great, but I don't have it active in single player. That's a multiplayer thing, because everybody on multiplayer is lazy. Also, I kind of enjoy doing the poop scoop. There we go, that's... Hey, Silver! How are the cows for TMR? They could do the top up. This, by the way, is the reason that I keep my farm a mess, is... like, I keep the machines that are related to each other quite close to each other. 4 more minutes of sleep? What? That looked like I knew what I was doing there, but in fact I was just hoping not to hit anything. That should actually be enough of a top-up to just keep the cows going for another day or two. Because now... no, oh, first things first. Whoa, Dave, calm. Did I fertilize field 1? Yes. I did not lime field 3 though. So, minor change of plan. Field 3 is going to get some lime thrown on it while it's being cultivated. Why is the mixer run with no tractor? Because reasons. Just accept that it does weird things, because farm said. I need to throw a line down on field 1. Or field 3 even. And then the plan... You guys might hate this plan, but I'm going to enjoy seeing if it works. Then the plan is to throw manure down on field 3 while it's being cultivated with lime on top. So I'm kind of curious to see if this is even going to work as an idea. Because in theory there's enough manure to do it. But it is a quite large field. So I'm not 100% sure. Hey pal, how you doing today, dude? Procedure was in 19... I mean, somebody could make one. There's a TW35. There you go. There's nothing stopping people from making, like, whatever they want in the game. It's just people don't want to make them because... possibly a combination of laziness and not knowing how. I always say, if people want something in the game, Face cam looks different. It is slightly different now, Pat. It's in a slightly different position because my monitor's in a slightly different position. What in the name of mechanical noises is that song? Yeah, some of the songs are a bit questionable. It'll work, it'll just look weird after. I mean, I know it'll work on a technical level. The practical level of will there be enough manure is what I'm concerned about. Griffin truck for console. Oh, they did manage to get around the lack of Scania license by using Griffin. That's interesting. Because that's blatantly a Scania. That's why people have been asking me about it then. I'll give it a download after the stream and have a look at the Griffin Scania truck model. Bip, 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 bip thing. Carturix won't shout at me for the Messy Farm multiplayer. Did you unmess my mess? It was glorious. Pile looks big enough for Field 3. I mean, that's the thing, like, I don't know how much manure I actually need to do the fields. Wonder what the next big feature will be in the next Farm Sim when it comes out. I refuse to call the next Farm Sim game FS21, because it's probably not going to be called FS21. I don't know. I'm interested in finding out. Hey, Massey. I'm interested in seeing what Giants have planned for the next Farm Sim myself. Because I would hope with the change of plans to it not coming out this year, and I'm presuming it's a change of plans that happened a few months ago, they decided to do something major. And that would be my presumption. I don't know if it's a major gameplay change, or if they're doing something to the engine, or if they're obviously more in creating our own farms, roads, etc. That'd be pretty cool. A complete redo of this is going to sound silly. A complete redo of the redone for FS19 placeable system would be nice, because that really needs redone. It was a good idea in theory, didn't really work out in practice, and needs a revisit to basically, I guess maybe start from scratch. I don't know how you'd even fix that, the placeable system, because I like the idea of terraforming. It just didn't work the way that I think they wanted it to work. You felt like the Russian idea. I feel like, and this is my opinion, so you can crucify me for it if you want, I feel like the big problem with 19 was they focused on John Deere too much. Everything about FS19 before it came out was, we've got John Deere! Well, yeah, but what have you got for people who don't like John Deere? John Deere! But what if we don't care about, a new brand coming in? John Deere? No, but do you think Ford will ever come down to console? Yes. Is it down to licensing? Also yes. What made me start streaming? I always wanted to stream because I really like live interactions. That's why I don't make videos anymore. Is the live interactions and live feedback are far superior in my eyes. Also, why Farm Sim? Because it's a game that's very easy to stream. You can talk about whatever the hell you like, and it's kind of mindless. You know, you can look around, derp about with it, and it's very easy to be bad with it. A lot of games, you kind of need to be vaguely good to really stream them very well. Farm Sim, not so much. Same with Flight Sims to an extent. You don't really, you don't need to be a professional pilot to play Flight Sims. I think they're waiting for next-gen consoles for extra abilities. That's the reason they gave. I think there's more to it. I think there's more to it than that, cuz. Oh, Mike Newsom, by the way. I think I think, and this is based off literally no information, completely speculation. I think there's more to it than them just wanting to go to the next gen. I think it's a convenient reason. I think it's a convenient excuse to do something more major to the game. As my internet turns out. Hooray! Sorry if there was a small bit of lag there. OBS did a thing. I forgot to run it an admin today, so... Am I in the UK right now? Technically no. I'm in Ireland. If so, I enjoy the storm winds, rain, and snowed where you were, where you live today. Fairly heavy. We got like a flurry earlier, but not much, and it didn't really land and stick. Next farm sim would be cool if Giants focus on gameplay than brands. I think that actually needs to be what Giants do. Yeah, every year I say Giants need to do something or other, and usually it's done. Because I look at what the game, where the game is and where they're trying to take it. I usually get a good feel for where they're trying to take it. I think the next farm sim needs to focus on trying to change up gameplay somehow, whether it's bringing in new... Why did they stop converts from 17 to 19? They didn't. Modders did because they didn't want to do anymore, basically. The next farm sim I think needs to focus on gameplay. Nobody is going to be swayed by any other brands coming in because there's no... I know that, you know, some people say, oh, but Gleaner, or oh, but this brand, or oh, but McHale. They're small compared to John Deere Class, Case New Holland, Agco. There's no brands now that'll really sell the game, so Giants are in a position where they have to change up gameplay and introduce new features. Any idea why the class got done or do it? Took 2 months past testing for PC because of the queue. The queue's been insane for a while. Wonder what the future holds as far as mods. I think with mods, the sky's always the limits. Hopefully JCB DLC, that'd be cool. I mean, what would you put into a JCB DLC that's not already in the game? Like, I'd like to see that JCB telehandler that I keep forgetting the name of. That'd be pretty sweet. But there's not a whole lot that JCB could bring to the game. And before somebody, and I know they will, says dynamic terrain, that's not a realistic hope, I'm afraid. The technology isn't really there. I wish it was. I want it as much as anybody else, but I am somebody who wants people who tries to keep hopes and expectations realistic, so dynamic terrain I don't think is an option right now. Maybe in 5 years time it will be, but the technology is just not there yet, and it's still one of those things that would be an optimizational nightmare. JCB isn't a big game, I agree. That's kind of an extra problem with JCB. Yeah, I wouldn't really... it's big in the UK and Ireland, but the UK and Ireland market is quite small. I think Giants are trying to focus a bit more on the US market, because it's huge. So, I think we might see an American brand coming in if there's new brands coming in. I know that the expectation, there's 3 DLCs coming. This much we do know. 3 DLCs coming. One of which is likely to be that Berthoud sprayers. Because they were announced a while back, they've not come in yet. So Berthoud sprayers we're probably going to get in a DLC. I don't know if it'll just be them. I think that'll be a very small DLC. But we'll probably get them as a DLC. There's been a lot of talk about Cavernland as a DLC. I think that's... Again, I don't think we'll get just Cavernland. I think we'll get Cavernland mixed in with more stuff. Maybe with Berthoud. And have a Fieldwork DLC. But then that's 2 brands in 1 DLC, and there's still 2 DLCs to go. Yeah, most of the JCP stuff is construction, so I mean, there's only 1 piece of JCB equipment that isn't in game that's for farming today. Brands cost a lot of money from Giants to bring in. Takes them a long time to model them. If it's bring big brand like Class and John Deere. I have heard that the John Deere license for Giants did not cost anywhere near as much as I expected. I'm not going to give the actual number, because I don't know how true it is, but it was, according to the rumor I heard, nowhere near as pricey as I had kind of priced it up as. And I would imagine, based on the fact that Class are a major rival to John Deere, the Class license would have actually been cheaper. Because Class likely would have given some sort of discount just to be in there with John Deere. Because rivalries. Hey, sideways. There we go. Lime, please. But John Deere wants a lot of money. I mean, Dan, I thought that John Deere would have wanted 6 figures, and that number was wrong. My number was wrong by quite a lot. So I think the branding side of getting brands into farms isn't as expensive as people think. It was a 5-figure amount. I'm not going to say how much it was, but it was, or at least how much I heard it was, but it was 5 figures. And that in itself is significantly less than I originally expected. This is the downside to... Oh, hang on. Because I did most of the units, I know that I need to start here. Haha! Beautiful accidental plan. A lot less than, say, people thought. I mean, I'm sure there were people that thought 7 figures for John Deere. You'd be surprised if Johnson asked for the next Farm Sim or big send-off. Ford, I don't think will come to Farm Sim. Like, that would be one of those things that I would rule out, because Ford Motor Company tend to want a lot of money for their stuff. What about Massey Ferguson DLC? Is there much Massey stuff that isn't already in game? Giants don't have a lot of money to throw around. They've been doing well out of bringing farms into console and mods to console, but they've been reinvesting that money and hiring more people to get the game better in future. You know, to make money you gotta spend money, and when you make some money you spend even more to get more money in the first place. Was it JCB TM320? No, it was the... It's the one that isn't articulated, the other one. But I can't remember the name of it. Because it has a name, it's not like TM652.3 .5. JCB 526. There we go. Classic John Deere DLC be cool. I mean, alright. I will give you that, Kevin. But I was... Load-all! Thank you, cuz! The load-all is what I want in game. That's what I think is missing. A Classics DLC of any description, I would love. If it's John Deere, I will adore it. If it's like a mixed Classics DLC from all of the brands, including like classes as like Renault's as Class, I'd be fine with that. I just want classic tractors. Give me classic tractors. That's all I like. There's one thing I want in Farm Sim. It's old stuff, and it's just not there at the moment, and that makes me sad. So what I think Farm Sim is missing the most is history. Like, there's no historical tractors in the game at all. It was loaded on FS17. It was as a mod. It was not in the DLC though. The DLC had the articulated loader, which I hated. But, like, in terms of stuff that I want to see a load all. But I don't think it should be like I don't think there should be telehandler DLC. I think that'd be stupid. Right, let's see how we do with the manure. I kind of feel like I need a bigger manure spreader than this. How much would the next manure spreader be? Should be the really the do I have a Joskin Tornado? I thought I had a Joskin Tornado. I mean, this carries 16.9, this carries 10.5. So this will be the next one up. Wouldn't be ideal though. Could have sworn I had a Joskin Tornado at some point. I need to look through my mods. Got more small maps. That's where modders come in. Wish Giants could employ people to make mods despite in-game content. Or would. I mean, here's the thing. Is Giants want to make stuff that everybody can use under certain guidelines. There's a reason that people generally don't like Giants maps. And that reason is basically because they have to run it under certain guidelines. I know that there was a bit more controversy this time around with Ravenport because people got really butthurt about the amount of junk that was thrown around on that map. But I felt it was just kind of a Rust Belt kind of an area in my head, and kind of accepted that it was gonna be a bit more grungy. But Giants, the way they make maps is every vehicle has to fit into every field and has to be able to work in every field. A lot of mod maps don't do that. You could do a Mikhail DLC. I would love to see smaller brands. I'd love to see a DLC, not just Mikhail Richard, because that's not ambitious enough. Just one brand in a small brand DLC isn't ambitious enough, because Mikhail only make like 5 things. Why not bring in Mikhail, like, let's say Mikhail Gleaner, maybe bring Marshall back as a brand and just put 5 or 6 or maybe even 7 small brands together as one DLC. Beacon Reflections on consoles, that's a hardware limitation at the moment, Harry. That'll probably be in the next Farm Sim. Kubota. I mean, Kubota's always something that people want. Argo DLC. Hey, Welsh. It's probably 4 or 5 reloads. It'll be more than that, guys. What DLCs have we got so far? Anderson class, and we got the John Deere Cotton DLC that nobody really cares about or speaks about anymore because that was a bit of a bad DLC. That was a real miss DLC of the game, I think. The other 2 definite hits. Like Class, I think, is a smash hit from Giants. Anderson had something for everyone, which I always say is a good thing with the DLC. Just bring in a DLC called Equipment DLC. I mean, they could. They totally could. That's the thing. You want to see the new 8RX? Bear in mind that Giants sometimes make decisions not to include equipment that they have the rights to because they don't want to have like excessive amounts of equipment in one band. The John Deere, the Cotton DLC, like, unless you really like Cotton, was a miss. I don't think I have it. Giants were kind enough to give it me, but I've never used it. Because I don't do cotton. I don't enjoy doing cotton in game. It's just a crop that I don't care for. So, it's a DLC that's been untouched. Massey, thank you very much for the super chat of £1. Which should appear through everything in a minute. The Anderson DLC was a nice touch. That was what I think a DLC should be. Because, like, Anderson had something that everybody would want. It wasn't just an American DLC. It was American equipment. American streamers seem to enjoy the cotton DLC. Yeah, but like I don't know. It didn't have the mass appeal of something like Anderson or Class. Because like Class, everybody knows the name, or pretty much everybody. I know it's somewhat new to America still. After they rebranded it from, I think it was branded as Cat for the longest time. Just due to engines and licensing and stuff. But Anderson, like, it was American equipment, but there was something that everybody would like in it. And the John Deere Cotton DLC didn't really have that. It had stuff for people who liked cotton, and that was about it. You know, you've classed down to 96, your profile picture on YouTube in real life. Very nice, Massey. But, I hope you guys see where I'm coming from with, like, saying the best DLCs. And I will always say this, the best DLCs have something for everybody. Regardless of, like, whether or not I like some of the stuff, that's really irrelevant. It's, do I like at least one item, because that covers me? And do I think that there's something that will appeal to people who like certain things? Like, obviously, if you don't do bales ever, which... Why are you playing Farm Sim if you don't like doing bales? You're not going to like the Anderson DLC, but there's something there that kind of covered every group that plays Farm Sim. And there was stuff in it that made other stuff interesting. It was unique and different equipment, so... kind of covered all of my bases for a good DLC. That said, every game, every Farm Sim that's come out, there has been one DLC that has just been, like, not bad, but a bit too specialized. Like, I think that Homer DLC in 17 was a bit too specialized. Granted, I bought it because I wanted to support Giants, but I thought it was too specialized for the game, and it wasn't really catering to everybody. Don't need to do bales, you can just do crop to export. This is true, but I mean, I think animals are some of the most fun to do in Farm Sim, so I'm biased there a bit. Class 1 was the best one for you so far. I think so as well, Dan. Like, Class had literally... Class covered pretty much everything Class make. With the exception of, like, 2 or 3 things. Like, there was no real Class grassland equipment, which is a bit odd. It's one of the things Class is really notable for. Hey, Matt. I'm doing good. How are you? But the big disappointment in 19, honestly, like, so far at least, obviously the game's not finished, the big disappointment so far has been just how little John Deere there's been, or there is in game. It's like, everybody was expecting a ton of John Deere, and that never really happened. Even with mods, there's been a very limited group of John Deere mods coming out on the mod hub as well. In seasons you have to plough and lime after every harvest. That's a good question. I don't actually know the answer to that, Jimmy X. I would imagine so. Just check your map after every harvest and see. Is the best thing to do. Although, like, I would say it's probably a good idea because it gives you things to work on in between seeding and stuff like that. Seasons is one of these game modes. I'm going to call it a game mode because I don't want to really call it a mod. Seasons is one of these game modes where your aim is just to find enough things to do to fill the time. Down lime every 3 harvests except for root crops. Is that with seasons, Liam, or base game? It says I have 5 loads. Oh yeah, you might be right. Any ideas for small farm map you could start on FS19 on console? I don't know what maps are on console, so I can't give you an answer there. Who asked that? Henry. Root crops every year. Have you double thinking yourself? I'm trying to make sure that the answer's correct. Dave, I'm not trying to be mean and make you doubt yourself. Hello, Annette, and I'm gonna say Meyer. Might be Major, but I'm gonna say Meyer. Right, that's that. You like. I thought it'd be more than 5 loads. It might just be 5 loads of manure I need. The problem is gonna come when I'm stuck. The problem with manure is going to be when I'm redoing bits. Because, oh my god. Come on. Who called me a reversing expert earlier? Because that proved that I'm really not. Also, the manure spreader tires are running a bit flat. Excuse me? There we go. God, imagine getting overtaken by a tractor. Ooh, the Ursus is finished. That is almost perfect timing. So I can come up and just pull it into the middle of the field where I've already thrown manure down and just get it on follow me on the way back. Perfect. Oh boy. If the 800 is angry with this hill, the earth, like nothing else would make it up. That was an angry slowdown. Okay, you can stop. You can technically stop. Did I get that edge of the field? I want to say that I did. Right, let me just check the map real quick. So field 3 is now limed, and yeah, just need to do that small patch over there. Some of this field is going to be double fertilized, but that's kind of fine. So it's this kind of area here I need to do yet. Yeah, don't mind double fertilizing bits, because yeah, I need to get up to full fertilized anyway. See you, Massey. Enjoy the rest of your day. Then just up here. Seeing the adapter on the mod hub allows me to turn tighter with this on. Honestly, I don't mind the turning radius as is. I'm quite fine with it, honestly. I get that sometimes you want to turn even tighter and the game will let you, but that's when you can just reverse into place. You know, you can do half the turn, then just reverse it up to where you want it and get going. I don't like getting mods that just like, you can turn tighter with this. Well, you can just reverse. The tractors can reverse for a reason. It's so that you can do tighter turns than you otherwise could. Let's just get this headlandish area done so that I don't need to derp about too much. In fact, I could do the rest of this field as a spiral, but that'd be possibly a bit wasteful. He says he completely misses a corner there. I always find it funny that manure spreading is one of these jobs that, as far as I'm aware, isn't done too much on YouTube, because there's that opinion that the manure goes too slowly and you just end up refilling it for half it, and honestly, that's kind of half the fun for me. Is having to deal with refilling the manure spreader after, you know, every 5-10 minutes. Because it's cheaper than getting a fertilizer spreader out and having to do that every 5 or 10 minutes. If you're feeling particularly lazy, just get some conveyor belts set up for it. I mean, it's not the end of the world that you've got to put a bit more effort into some work that you want to do in a game. Yeah, this is one of those times. I said earlier that I don't really care for realism all that much, unless I find it fun. This is one of those times where I really enjoy the realism. Because in reality, you'd use a manure spreader. You got cows, odds are you're going to be spreading muck because it's cheaper than buying fertilizer in. Sure, you've got the additional cost of a bucket and a manure spreader, but you then save all of the money that you would otherwise spend on fertilizer. What I'm going to do after the stream is I'm going to double check if I do actually have a Joskin Tornado 3 available, because that is going to be the next manure spreader I use. That's kind of the planned upgrade to this little Marshall. I would love to have an Abbey, but there isn't one at the moment. And I think even then the Abbey would be a bit too small, so I think the Joskin Tornado is going to be the one that I upgrade to. Because Abbey tend to make smaller manure spreaders, they don't tend to make the big high-end ones. Because they really, the manure spreader range they do, muck spreader range, is very much catered towards County Tipperary. Abbey size spreader months ago. Yeah, problem is it's about the same size as this. RM. And this isn't, you know, the Marshall isn't really big enough for what I need now. I actually need bigger. Actually, let's upgrade something else first. Telehandler, so the show was 2640. Can I get something bigger than 20? Oh god, 3000. 3.5. Any upgrade on 3.5? Any upgrade on 3,500 liters? May have too many front loader tools. just a thought. Okay, so the winner is 3,500 liters, and that is from the CSZ pack. Oh, forged teeth, yes, please. Oh, that is mean looking. Can that pick up manure? That can pick up manure. Hey, Eddie Boo. There's not a bucket that does 7,000 plus and a lot of... The problem there is manure is one of the heaviest things you can pick up in game, Chad. And this bucket is the bucket is primarily going to be used on manure. And if not manure, silage, which is also one of the heaviest things you can pick up, because they do have somewhat realistic weights when you're loading them with buckets. So I need to be careful not to get something that's too big, else I won't be able to pick up anything. I won't be able to get a full bucket of it. We'll just sell that. And we'll pick up the new bucket in the most convoluted way possible, because I'm an idiot. Okay, how does this work? How does this work? Okay. Yes. Ah, there we go. Now we'll be at the races with the manure movement. Also, yeah, I was gonna say anyway, this is an aggressive looking bucket. This is not a bucket you want to mess with. Thought you still use skid steer, load the manure, to be honest, 7,000 litre bucket seems a bit cheesy or so. Yeah. There we go. Oh, 3,500 litres all at once. That's beautiful. The manure pile's going down at a fair rate now. It's a small bit faster than I'd actually anticipated it going down as well. There we go. Should just need one more bucket load, if even that. This, by the way, is why I was concerned about the size of the pile not being, or the pile not being big enough, despite being huge. Is the manure isn't very litre rich, and you make a pile of it. All right, this time I'm turning around properly. So it's back down to field 3 we go, with load number 3 of manure. Get a Merc? No. Also, technically I already got one. This thing has a Mercedes engine. Class Axion 800 is a Mercedes engine, so I win. See you, SFDN. I'll be on TeamSpeak later, so probably talk to you then. I can go away because I figured everything out now. Kind of. Just bust through these edges, it's fine. There we go. Oh, it's not liking this hill at all. I think, yes, I am fat. Also, probably quite stupid. Really depends on what you mean by thick. Whatever the Griffin truck I'm out of is just literally... It is literally just a Scania. Like, it's blatantly a Scania. I don't know how that passed as good for console. But props to whoever did that. Whoever had that idea is a genius. North modding, geniuses. They're the group that kept inexplicably doing forestry equipment, aren't they? They're the guys that I was making fun of because like 90% of their mods are just various forestry equipment. Oh well, no, not really. I'm quite comfortable in my seat. As long as it doesn't say Scania, it's good. Oh my god, that I would have thought that, like, see, the problem there is they might still get in trouble because I think, because Eurotruck got in trouble, very nearly got sued by SES, nearly got sued by Mercedes, because what did they call their Mercedes? Was it Magnificence or something? Their trucks, the Mercedes trucks, were blatantly Mercs, and Mercedes were not happy that they just debranded based, like, what were blatantly Mercs. So, I'm not saying Giants will get in trouble, because I think Scania might not really care about a truck being in a farming game, but Mercedes were very angry about SCS debranding one of their trucks for Eurotruck. It's also why ATS has so few trucks, because SCS learned from the near disaster they had with Mercedes and decided that ATS needed to be all branded from day one, and all licensed and all official and all above board. Majestic, thank you, cuz. I couldn't remember. I knew it was M something or other to cover up the fact that it was Mercedes. And I thought they went for Magnificence for some reason, which I, like, why would anybody name a Mercedes Magnificence? They're Majestic, not Magnificent. I guess I'm just going to hop into my Magnificence truck, because that's totally a name normal humans would use. Afterwards, I'm going to drive my Griffin. Black pig. Go away. I'm not going to do something just because you're demanding it in chat. I'm the one playing. If you wanna see a Massey on this map, by all means, buy one yourself in your own save. That Griffin really fills the Eurotruck void for console. It is a bit of a shame that Eurotruck will likely never come to console. Just because SCS went insane with the amount of controls they wanted in. Thank you, Cart. Scania Swift and Renault's Reliance. Yeah, that was the biggest lie ever. A Reliant Renault. I mean, I guess Renaults are somewhat reliable if you expect them to break down. In which case they're very reliable, but... Volvo was valiant, yes. I still can't believe that I originally bought Eurotruck when there were no brands, and now they're all branded. And I couldn't remember any of the original brands, but I knew nothing was branded originally. You never knew SAS did that? Yeah, Eurotruck originally, ETS2, had no brands. It was all debranded stuff. And it was over time when SCS started getting money together that they actually bought the licenses, and then rebranded the trucks that they had previously debranded. And like now trucks are like it's a big deal when a truck gets put into Euro Truck, because then it's officially seen as being out. Renault's Rift, I think Reliant is much closer to what it probably actually was. Alley-oop. Oh, I do not trust this loader one bit today. It wants to tip over every time I turn. Mainly because I've got it extended slightly. "18 Wheels of Steel." I think I played that back in the day. It's amazing though that SCS have come through so long. What am I going to do to it when it runs out of fuel? Let me show you what I'll do when it runs out of fuel. Where is the option I want? Where is the option I want? There is an option in here to refuel equipment. Is it that? Nope. I'll just cheat fuel in, basically. I got the rear weight mod for the loader. No, I don't like those mods. I tend to use these vanilla. You did that for fuel? Yeah, that's my plan, is I'm just going to cheat fuel into the damn thing. Because, I mean, it's broken. I don't mind cheating to fix something that's broken. I don't think anybody will begrudge me that. Tap shift 7 times. See, I don't have sticky keys even turned on. Or even that shortcut for sticky keys. Also, it's 5 times you get. The loader going up in the air. Yeah, muck is really heavy. I think Farm Sim's kind of... Granted, I think I've got a mod in that makes everything twice as heavy in-game. But I think Farm Sim kind of nailed it with how insanely heavy Manure is. Fast time jets fixes that one. It is... There is a patch ready. I don't know why it's not being put out, but there's a patch ready for it. You thought it was 5 or 6 seeds, it's 7 to be safe. Yeah, now sticky keys is shift 5 times. And that's a shortcut that I have completely disabled because ain't nobody got time for that. No. That's not how we do it in my garden.
That's how we do it in my garden.
Hey, Rob. It's like concrete trying to mug it out of the stalls after a long time. Yeah. Ooh, this is an angry 800. Voice changer? Nope. Hate weak people and cowards. Good for you. I hate people who come into my streams and try and troll and are so bad at it that they just bore me very quickly. Like trying to demand me to do things and then calling me weak and a coward. That's boring. That's not good trolling. Thank you, Sam. I'm doing good, Rob. Just letting the mods have a bit of fun with somebody who doesn't know how to troll. Just when people thought that I, was over the whole counter-trolling trolls thing. No, no. He only got a timeout, Farming Boy. I mean, fair play to him for being patient enough to sit out the 5 minutes he originally got, so he deserved another 5. Maybe he'll learn how to troll in the meantime. Doubt it, but, I mean, you never know. I hold hope for all the hopeless. Yeah, it's so boring I play Farm Sim. And... No, Aaron, I agree. I get where you're coming from with that, but the trick is to do something that's just weird and unexpected. Or to twist some sort of expectation. Hey, the good trolling isn't, doing something stupid that's just stupid. It's subverting what people expect. It's like when I start trolling people on Discord and whatnot, I tend to do just weird things that make sense, but you're not expecting them to. That's the real trick. Do I troll properly? Case in point, what Sim just did. Trolling me doesn't work because I know how to troll. You don't troll a troll because you just get trolled harder yourself. It's a losing battle. It just doesn't work. In Before, there's like 50 dislikes because he's unleashed an army of aughts. Or some sort of weird bot that does dislikes. Because he thinks that hurts me somehow. Oh no! A troll has disliked my YouTube stream. It is my end of life. Yeah, you see, the trick is you trolled too much. He goes to the effort to make more Google accounts. You don't even need to do that. You don't even need to make more Google accounts. True fact. Is all my cows on here after last night's Oscars? No, why? I don't care about the Oscars because it's Hollywood telling Hollywood Hollywood is great. I don't like those awards shows. Like, let's spend millions on a film and then talk about how good we are for the environment despite shooting entirely on location and having to fly 350 people out to an isolated island, and we only ever fly in private jets, but we're gonna talk about the environment and pretend that we care for one night because it's gonna be on television. And we'll get good things written about us. I don't care. Dairy is bad. Dairy is bad, to be fair. For, like, environmentally, dairy is terrible. Do you know what else is terrible? Environmentally? Agriculture in general. Unless you're Ricky Gervais. I mean, he just... He at least doesn't put on an act. I've been watching the Six Nations. I don't know if I haven't really cared all that much. I've been more interested in like trying to sort stuff out for myself, honestly. And getting a bit of work done here and there and figuring stuff out for trying to find work that pays. And arranging stuff and all that kind of nonsense, so it's Rugby isn't exactly on high on the list of priorities. Play farm sim there. Saying it's bad, never mind. Alright. Black pig I'll bite. You know what's the absolute single worst thing for the environment? Human life. Life in general, in fact. Because we breathe in stuff that makes the environment good and breathe out stuff that increases global warming. Life is bad for the environment. Yeah, Aaron, he might stream like Saturdays occasionally if he has time, but it's if and when. Don't expect Landy to stream. Thank you, Cart. Plant trees, that's the solution. Yeah. But I mean, technically speaking, the worst thing for the environment that's ever happened was human life. Hey, it's okay, Chad. Also, to be fair, that comment I just made was much more controversial than talking about... Oh, look, he's got alt accounts. See what mod gets him. Where is the sound? Here it is. The call of the mods has been rung. How did I know it would be Sim that responded to that one sound? I might use that from now on as a reliable thing. Reminds you of Kung Fu Panda. Just play the gong and somebody will arrive. So that can in yours? I mean, well, yeah, I'm being Stream Deck as well. What else do I have that's kind of interesting? I have this, which reminds me of Cool Steve. Why do I have this? Oh no! I don't know if that's... Oh god, you're gonna have to listen to it again. I thought I had that set on start stop, not an overlay it. Hey, Yuso! How's it going today, dude? Also, has anybody been keeping track of how much refills I've done on this? Because I've lost count. They don't have a toilet flushing for the hammer. Need to send me the landing kit. What landing kit, dude? What one? I'm doing good, you suck. It has been a while, dude. Has been a while indeed. Partially my own fault for being ill and then realizing my PC was a bit broken and needing to fix it. And then getting the wrong thing to fix my PC and blah! That was painful. Oh yeah. You wouldn't get that in Ireland, nah. I want to love... Wow. Who called 5 loads? Was it you? Because that was an inspired guess. That was a really good guess. And I've got manure left over, which I wasn't expecting. Come here. Where's the Ursus? There's the Ursus. Unload. Close. And is it Shift F? No, it's Control F. Think I broke the traffic slightly. Oh, also I forgot to... Yes, I know you're blocked by an object because I forgot to fold this. Yeah. You did that field of the sprayer. Are you cheated then, cuz? How bad is the traffic back there? Bad enough that the Ursus is stuck again. I think it might have freed... It's freed itself. Hey, whoa, let go! And it's stuck again. This is why I don't use follow me. Oh, hang on, I've got a solution. That. Problem is solved. You're not blocked. You're not blocked by an object. Go. I played FS19 for the first time in a long time. Yeah, it's good to take some time away from games that you play a lot. Like, I know that I give the impression I play Farm Sim a lot. And I guess I do with the amount I stream, but I don't play this game off stream all that much unless I'm just doing a small bit of off-camera work or making sure something works the way that I want it to. Speaking of making sure stuff works the way that I want it to, it's time. Last time in December, I lost the breadcrumbs. Oh, that might be it, yeah. It's time to see if the seed making machine weenie has done the thing wingy. It's made Lee seeds. It works a hell of a lot slower than I was anticipating though. Have I played any racing games recently? No, because I haven't sorted my wheel yet. There's still a list of things that to me are more important than sorting my wheel out. Including like making sure my floor is good again. Because with being ill for 2 out of 3 months, it tends to get a bit chaotic with how I just dump things. I don't really care about being neat and tidy if I'm ill. My priority at that point is just being not ill. So the seed maker is working, which is good. It means we can do some seeding soon. Possibly tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. But that is going to do it for today. It is, 7:05. So I will let you guys go now. SFTN is going to stream maybe now, maybe later. I don't know when he's going to stream, but he's going to be streaming at some point. There's about 16 hours in game to make a full load. Okay, that's not bad. Because I can fast forward time a bit. If I've been running low, I can fast forward time. Come on, internet. That is going to do for today. I hope you enjoyed. I'll be back tomorrow with more Shamrock Valley. If you're interested in flight sims, I'll be playing X-Plane on Wednesday. Still haven't decided on a plane yet. It's probably going to be a 737 because Zebo's made some changes to it, and I quite like the changes. And 737 is always a good bet. It's always fun. So until then, stay safe and goodbye.